You know, I've been in shoes that most of you will never, ever have to wear. You'll never want to wear. If you want to wear them, they'll question your sanity. That's for fucking sure. But if you want to wear my shoes, try them on. They're size 14 because I have big feet. I'm used to stomping. And they can mighty kick ass, that's for sure. You don't want my size 14 contracting shoes up your ass. Because if you do, it's going to be like ripping you open like a fucking hurricane. Because I have a size 14 and, well, up your ass. You could be coughing out your tonsils, and that's not a joke. Anything you've heard me say, even as insane as most of it may sound to you if you're not from certain origins and worlds, or part of certain individuals, some would say privileged individuals, some would say blessed, some would say cleared in the know. Let me just say it's a fucking nightmare. Okay, I didn't put in and say I want these relatives, I want this background, I want. You know, at birth you're assigned a lot of stuff. Like who your parents are, your name, date of birth. It's just stuff you just don't have control over. And you know what's funnier? When you get older, you have this facade thinking you have control over so much more. But mark the key words I said, because it is exactly that. Life is in motion. It doesn't matter what plans you set for the day, the month, the year, or your life. Shit's gonna happen to you that you're not ready for in life. And that's a long list. And it usually can blindside you when you least expect it. I mean, nobody plans to die in a car accident, but shit happens. Nobody plans for the baby to get killed by a drunk driver, but it happens. But if you have a God, which I question that, and there's a reason why I say question that. Because if you have a God, one, what's your relationship with God? Is it what other people taught you, what you've acquired from your personal growth, experiences, research, knowledge, and other senses? Or is it because you've been taught this bullshit for years and you just swallow? Because if you don't take a stand on things in life, you'll fall for everything. Religion, politics, and all that other fairy tale gobbledygook shit. If you think religion or governments have your best interest in mind, you are dumber than bricks. It is for mind control, for manipulation of masses to guide the sheeple. Is there something greater than all of this that created all of this? Oh, fuck yes. It wasn't bing, bang, boom. Get that straight. And if you're dumb enough to believe in all of that, well, okay. I got some other projects I can sell you that I need some large investments for, and you seem like the sucker to put it up. Let me be crystal clear. Most of the stuff you've been taught in life, while some of it has intrinsic value for, moralistic and fiber and all that other horseshit, fairy tale stuff. Most of it is rhetoric, bullshit, spin control to keep you looking at anything but the truth, to keep you masked from the truth, and to keep you in fear, paranoia, delusion, grandeur, or whatever mode you happen to be stuck in your dysfunctions. We all have them. Mine is obsessively trying to help others, even when I know they're going to knife me in the back, even though every instinct tells me to run like hell, I take that card off the table and say, but I'm not going to mask. I'm not going to base this piece of shit, I don't say piece of shit, this individual based off the last 5 million people like this profile that have screwed me over the last 2 centuries, 6+ decades, you know, whatever. I'm not quite that petty. But I can tell you, most of the horse shit you've been swallowing about politics, religion, race, color, creed, and all this stuff is propaganda to keep thinning the herd, to keep us feeding lions and Christians and tigers and bears and destruction of others. We thrive on hurting people. Look at wrestling, boxing, martial arts. The odds aren't about walking out, you know, feeling like you just had, you know, sushi and a nice rub down and you chilled for 5 days at, you know, an ashram. It's about self-defense. It's about kicking ass. It's about hurting someone else or putting their fucking lights out. It's about fear. It's about paranoia. It's about delusion. It's about spin control. It's about propaganda. Whoever your spiritual leader may be by name, by title, whatever you assign to it, God, Allah, Jesus, Buddha, Yahweh, pick a name. Babylonian. Oh my God, we're in the modern day of Babylon. We have gone forwards to go backwards. In our rampant efforts to move everything spiraling forward at such a rocket pace that more has happened in the last 50 years than has happened in all of time in recorded history. At the same time, we have created sheeple that are so stupid, fat, dumb, lazy, self-centered, self-obsessed, self-serving, egomaniacal, paranoid sissy bitches, and very few people who give a shit about anything aside from themselves, their own bank account, their own well-being, and maybe their family too if they have to, but them first. And when I think of how many things are morally wrong with that, it is Sodom and Gomorrah meets Babylon meets the salts of the sea, the Armageddon. Things they have taught you in part are true. In part are true. I like the one about Adam and Eve and the apple. Isn't it funny in the end of time and Armageddon times where people will kill each other in lines at a Walmart or a sales event at Best Buy or a place like that during a Black Friday sale or during a special release sale where people will actually beat the shit out of each other to say it was theirs first before yours, even if you had it first. This self-entitled, over-obsessed, over-obnoxious, self-centered, self-realization, ritualistic horseshit is part of the greatest moral decay of all time. Have no false gods before you. Most of you don't know what a real God is or even have a personal relationship with any higher power. Based on my professional observations, research, and data and statistics, marriages are doomed to fail at a rate of 60% or more in the first year, and in the first 5 years, 80% or more. The sanctity of unity between two, be it male, female, male, transgender, it doesn't matter, has gone so rogue, apeshit nuts in the world that we also have those who are now transgender or hermaphrodite or and I'm not judging that. What I'm judging is that You're all so caught in your own snot and bullshit that you would rather spit at somebody needing help or refer them to someone else because you don't have enough, you're too busy, you gotta go, or whatever, or you don't even want to hear their horse shit because you're too self-obsessed. That has been the moral decay of not only America, who perpetrated it, and the CIA and FBI and others who helped engineer it through CERN and so many other federal black ops backdoor hidden projects like ISIL and ISIS and Taliban that were actually funded by the Allied nations. Oops, embarrassing for the UN, isn't it? More embarrassing for the people who are part of the UN Humanitarian and War Times Commission and allegedly the Allied nations, who are hypocritically putting on a charade when in fact they know they're all working towards one world order and genocide of nearly 8 billion people planned for 9/1919. Now there are those who think I'm a raving lunatic, but when you start to do the research on what I've articulated over time, and you get off your lazy ass and start to look for yourself, you find out Uncle Kurt's not crazy. He's not talking out of his ass. He might really be the real Jason Bourne. He clearly is the Phoenix, and he is a motherfucker when he's pissed, if you've done your research. And if you haven't, keep enjoying your fairy tales, because they ain't going to save you in eternity. They're only going to save you from the gummy bears. Good luck with that one. But for you assholes who are playing the float, gouging people's eye teeth out who can barely afford rent with gouging, which used to be considered a federal violation. Gouging rates, where now it could be 300 to 3,000% on payday loans that people take out like crack and will never be able to get off of. You self-absorbed, greedy motherfuckers have no idea that it doesn't matter how much you give to a church or a charity. It's the sum total of your existence. It's not at the end of time I gave away all my entire fortune to charity because I realized there was a God or a greater thing than I. But the sum total of my essence was worse than Ebenezer Scrooge, and I was a fucking asshole every day of my life, or most of my life, or a cunt. Wake up, children. You got another thing coming, because it's the sum total of your karma that decides if you are in the dark abyss, as you like to put it, in the Akashic Records, and rock and roll heaven, whatever that may be. Let me caution you. If you can imagine it, we've already done it. I don't care what it is. We've already done it. We're just recycling stuff. This is Extinction 7. You've done this 6 times before. It's not deja vu. It's Fougeday. Your chance to get it straight or repeat the same mistakes into infinity, which will become your insanity and put you straight into hell. Or you get functional and figure out how to give and love and share and go the extra miles and do the right things for everyone. Even when they're complete fucking dickheads, you still try to help them out. Unless it becomes so self-defeating, then you might have to take them out. But at some point, you either wake up to what is, or you die in complete ignorance with your bliss. I'd rather know the truth. You want to know the truth? Follow what we're doing. We don't lie, we don't have to, and we don't want to. What we say isn't always pretty. It can be very offensive to many groups. What we do say and state is fact, we know to be true, and we're willing to stake our ass on it. Unlike most people who talk all kinds of bullshit, but are never there to back it up or actually show you with real actions. I will sell estates, I will sell businesses. I will liquidate assets into the trillions. And that's no joke. That's documented. To give to others first, if it saves the right people. You'll have to research more on that because it's out there, right? Very clear on the parameters. But for you neophytes that are first encountering Uncle Kurt for the first time, if you meet someone more honest than me in life, you should hang on to them forever. The odds of that happening for most people are about a snowball's chance in hell. But if you can have a Bill in your life like I do, or some other key people, and you can have, but I didn't get this by accident. I worked my ass off for it. Doesn't matter if I'm related to the Kennedys or the Rockefellers or whomever, the Rothschilds, doesn't matter. If they rob you enough, you can be a broke ass mountain even if you have lots of money, because you still have the downtime to get replacement cards or get to banks where someone might recognize you and let you sign for large sums of money without ID. Fortunately, I do have that clout where I can walk in and just put a thumbprint down without ID and walk out with thousands of dollars in the right facilities from people who know me and know my clout and know what I do and blah, 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 bullshit. But I defy most people to walk in anywhere and just put down a thumbprint without a photo ID and sign a check for $10,000 or more. I've done that on a real regular basis, or for other amounts, but the point is, there are the trusted faces and voices in the world. There are those you want to trust and believe in, but you're not sure. And there are those that are used as the defaults for standards. Like the voice of God, or the voice of experience, or the voice of go fuck yourself. The star for this or that. If you've etched out your journey, remember, it's just the journey. It's not the destination. Because no matter what you set as a destination, you better enjoy the journey, because you may never get to the destination you thought you were going to. Shit happens. Thought I was going to be a major pro football star, had an injury. Ended up tripping into acting because I needed some money and did some extra work. And oh my God, now I'm The Rock. True story. It's about the opportunity you seize when they present themselves. If the door closes and a new one opens, are you ready, or are you still looking backwards, whining about what wasn't, what could have been for another 40 years? Oh, I could have been a contender? No, you were an armchair coach, a bad spectator, and a lousy commentator, if we told the truth, because you were too lazy to get off your ass and make things happen in your life. Nothing happens by accident. There are no coincidences, and nobody gets shit for free. Everybody's got the dues in life to pay. So dream on and make your dreams big, because with any dreams you have, you get the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. Sooner or later, it's gonna happen. You may be a rock star, but shit will happen. You may be a genius, but shit will happen. You may be a homebody, but shit will happen. It's how you deal with that shit and pick yourself up and keep moving on that will make or break any human being. So I want you to look at the shit in your life and realize how you're gonna turn that shit into the proper, healthy fertilizer for a better tomorrow for all generations. How are you part of the solution in the key in the food cycle, in the food chain, in the whole infinity of creation, evolution, whatever you want to deem your titles. Where do you fit in the eyelash of time that you experience so knowingly in a lifetime, let alone this is Extinction 7? Google it, folks. Depending on how well you Google, it's 6 or 7. Yeah, we've done this and they're not even telling you the half of the story. After all, when you're dealing with rocket scientists who are conditioned to give never a straight answer, what are you expecting? Better question. It's not what you're expecting, it's what you're looking for. You may be looking for the wrong puzzles and solutions instead of looking a little deeper for the truth. Be blessed today. Get back to me. Let me know how you're part of the solutions for truth and honesty and peace on earth. By not getting back to me, you've taken a stand. Your inaction is a stand. Too bad it's not a stand for peace and harmony, coexistence. Because if you were as passionate as I were, you'd get off your ass and do something about the shit going on in the world today. But obviously, most of you don't give a shit unless it affects your bank account and your home and your dog and your cat and your... Well, go fuck yourselves.